this last door, you'll notice we're in a concrete room. Now don't be afraid. See, I'm right here with you, Mr. Trickler. That's the beauty of hypnosis and dream therapy. We can get in it, we can mold it, we can change it however we like. And I'm there with you. Now you'll see in this concrete room, as you walk into it, I'm staring at you, but don't let that make you nervous or anything. I'm just here to watch you. Now notice that back in the office, though, you know, my eyes are closed, so I'm not gonna be able to see any signals, yes or no, that you make. I need to hear a voice out of you, Mr. Trickler. My eyes are closed back there. Here, my eyes are open, though. You understand? This is the way hypnosis works. We're in it together. Okay? Now you'll see in this concrete room there's this little foggy string that looks kind of like a spider web, Dusty, and on the bottom of it there's this little flesh-colored box that's got veins and it's kind of pumping in and out like a lung. It's small though. Can you see that? Now get up underneath it. Good. Open your mouth. Good. Yeah, swallow it in your gullet. He swallows it. That's a voice box. That allows you to speak. See, the power of hypnosis is amazing. Relax. Relax now. Let your tongue be free. Go ahead and speak. Have you had any dreams lately that you'd like to tell me about? Any visions or anything you'd like to share with me? Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful voice. Good. What? Can you tell me? Why did you come down here? I saw her. Lovely in the evening. Who? Your mother? Don't jump to conclusions! All right, all right. A little bit of violent snapping there. I go to take a little note. There'll be no records of this conversation! How could he tell? His eyes have got closed back in the office. Unplug the intercom. What? Unplug the intercom or we go no further. Sometimes you have to indulge the paranoid fantasies a little. Unplug the intercom there. Little cords hanging there. Gray thing. Earplugs unclogged. It's intercom's unplugged. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's go. Tell me what you want to know. Tell me where you want to go. I'm here with you. I saw her. Who is it? The woman. She moved in up the road a little bit through the woods. I was watching her. Yeah. That's good. Would you like to go visit her in this little fantasy of ours? Yes. All right. Well, let's go together. You lead me. All right? We're back in the office. The Trickler stands up, which is kind of amazing. The power of hypnosis, you know, he has all the freedom he wants. And he walks out of the door of the office. Huh. Seems so real. So I get up and I follow him down the hall. I see he's way down at the hall there in the elevator. He's called the elevator. His bony arm's there propping the door open. It keeps banging up against his arm. I step into the elevator with him. All right. We're making good progress here, Mr. Trickler. We're in this together, you and me. There's no reason to be afraid. I'm your doctor and you can tell me anything. But I also want to be able to tell you a few things every now and then. I hope you're open to that. We'll work on everything together, and together we'll become fast friends. Put your face in the corner of the elevator. Do what he asks me to do, I guess. Put my face in the corner of the elevator. Be one with me. No, and all of a sudden I look back around and all the lights on the panel of the elevator are just flashing like crazy. We lurch downward. Now wait a second. There's no sub-basements here in the asylum. I don't know where I'm prying at the doors. Calm down a little bit. Just relax. What's going on here? What's going on here? You're in safe hands. We're going on a little voyage. We're going to go visit the woman. Okay. Yeah, now I trust you. And I want you to trust me fully, so as a token of trust, I'll go with you here on this little adventure downward. And the cogs are churning, the steam pipes are hissing. Right down through the elevator. He opens up the door back behind us. The sirens wail. I'm seeing these chambers. I mean, there's like huge hallways going everywhere, leading everywhere. a big maze of tunnels and stuff. And I don't know what he's up to, but I'm going with him, you know. You gotta indulge their fantasies a little. So we're walking through these chambers, and there's these giant roots that have grown through the walls, and they're hanging down. And there's steam everywhere. My glasses get kind of fogged up. So I work my way with them and kind of almost want to hold on to his little white pajamas so I don't get scared in a way. It's sort of like a father figure to me at this point because he's leading us into hypnosis, and that's okay for me. You know, and I go along with him. We're going farther and deeper into these catacomb-like places, and I'm rather terrified in some ways, but in other ways I'm confident. And I go a little bit farther, and then he opens up this giant kind of water lock thing. There's all these tiles in this hallway that have bowed upwards and big pools of water. And when he swings open this giant door, and we walk into this chamber, another huge, vast chamber, and he says, "Hey, down there, you don't notice the radiation signs? Well, that's where the missile silo is. It's only about 20 feet below the corn stalks out there. We're below the woods right about now, but pretty soon over there you can see where the corn stalks are. And you know, don't worry though, it's been disarmed. The head of the missile's been taken off, but there's still some danger of radiation." And we walk a little farther and see a giant stinking carcass there. It's like a cow or something. It makes me sick to my stomach. "Oh, don't worry about that. Rats must have drug it down. Radiation changes things, you know." I get a little nervous, and I go a little bit farther and deeper with him in these catacombs and chambers, and we're walking, and then he opens up another one, water lock kind of thing, and we step into this catwalk. I've never seen a place like this, and it's this huge, ungodly chamber, and I'm walking across this catwalk, and as far as I can see off to my left, there's like just rows and rows of shelves, some kinds of like metal shelves down there. And down here there's this huge boiling cesspool kind of thing, and it's got these red lights glowing from it. I said, "What is all this? So what are all these shelves here? That's where we used to store secrets so long ago. Now there's more reliable means of storage." I see. Wow, this is amazing. And we're walking through the catwalk, across the catwalk. See that hole up there? And I look up and say, "Yeah," he's giving me the grand tour. "That hole, that giant hole up there, where there's a giant black hole. You see that? That leads up to that woman's basement." "Yeah." They drop them in through there and they land down there in the water. "What? Land down there in that soup, huh?" "Yeah, that's exactly what they do." And we're walking through there, and he gets to the far side, and all of a sudden the lights kind of flicker off. And when the lights come back on, I'm careening over the edge. I'm about ready to fall into the lake down there. "And I won't fall in the effigy lake, son." "Okay. I won't fall in the effigy lake if I can help it." And then we keep walking, and he opens up the lock. We're into the room. Another concrete kind of room. Except in the middle of this room, there's an examination bed. You know, kind of like at some old ancient doctor's office or something like that. And I'm exhausted at this point. Everything's so vivid when you get into this hypnosis. I mean, your imagination, it's pretty incredible. He sits me down on this kind of table-like thing. And there's drawers in it. And there's this kind of grimy paper there, like butcher paper, you know, so that your butt doesn't get germs on the table. You know, doctors have that. He rolls about 6 feet of this paper, but it's as dirty as it was in the beginning, all yellow stained. There's this kind of weird clock contraption on the wall. It's like this big clock. It's on a like a giant spring there or something. And everything's just covered with this old putrid Vaseline jelly everywhere and stuff. I don't know what's going on. Just sit there and relax. Ooh, it's cold. It's like a big metal table practically. There's a little hole there at the head for some reason. It looks like there's a drain underneath that hole where the head is. Drain right there in the cement. Just sit down there and relax. It warms up with your body heat. Alright. He goes over to a hook on the wall and pulls off this white doctor's lab coat and wraps it around himself. "Now, I need to secure you before we go any farther."